Hello and welcome back to Project Prototech. Alright, in our last episode, we went ahead and decommissioned the blunderbuss, and as you can see, that is now gone. So we are basically in a position now where we can take the Thanatos on out, go find the factorum, and then decide exactly what we are going to unleash to try and take them out. Now, right now, I don't have anything that is capable of taking on the factorum. I could, of course, take the Thanatos itself into action. However, that is quite frankly a little ridiculous. I designed the ship basically to be a safe mobile base, not to be, what I take into combat. And I only really want it to see combat in case something comes at me, not if I go at it. So, even though it is definitely overkill for taking on the Factorum, it's not what I want to do. So the question is, what am I going to do? Well, there's a few things that I'm looking at. The first is, of course, I can go ahead and build the rock, which, if you remember, was the hydrogen-powered ship that I had working on Mars. Because it is hydrogen-powered, I can just grab that blueprint, pop it on together, and then head on over there. And, I think I will go ahead and do that. The other thing that I can do is I can pop on down and take a look at my little Corvette. So let's go ahead and do that as well. And I would be a lot more eager to go check that out, but it's going to expire in 16 minutes. And my jump range with the Thanatos is only about 500 kilometers. So that's going to expire and go away before I can even get over there. So we're not going to do that. What is the fastest way down and out? Let's go this way. And as you can see, I have not gone through and started putting in stuff around here yet. Alright. However, I did go ahead and put in a projector for the Thanatos. And I just shoved it in the hangar bay. Turns out that you can only offset the projection by a maximum of 50 blocks. Yeah, so when I was like, yeah, let me just go ahead and shove this way back in the back where it's nice and safe, I couldn't get it to actually overlay the ship. So I just put it right there. But, food for thought. Probably shouldn't be building monstrosities like this. Alright, so let's take a look at this little Corvette here. Now, as it is, this obviously cannot take on the Factorum. It's 2 assault cannon turrets. Well, it would be 2 Gatling turrets, but one is missing. And then a single artillery cannon that is facing forwards. That being said, much of the ship is actually heavy armor, which is neat. So it's a good bit more durable than it might look at first glance. However, one of the other major downsides that I have with it is the control seat is right up here up front. For me, this is a problem because the front of my ship is usually not in that great of a shape when I am done with an engagement. Something about pointing the front towards the enemy and therefore getting shot the most. So if I'm going to go ahead and use this thing, I need to revamp it some. Now, overall, I kind of like the design. Let me go ahead and make sure that I have turned my build and repairs back on. Might as well delete those. Alright. So what do we have going on here? So first things first, we have the one big thruster at the back. This side should probably be mirrored to this side. So actually, let's just go ahead and do a little bit of rebuilding to see what this would look like fully assembled. And then, let me grab my turret. I've got a turret there. Let's go ahead and come on over here. Okay, that needs to be rebuilt. Alright. Well, let's start from the back. Let's see here. I want to go ahead and we will go ahead and continue the clean texture that they've got going on. A bunch of, well, get rid of the war-torn bits. More to the point. So, we've got all of these heavy armor blocks. And this bit here, I'm fine with. Good to keep that. We've got one side thruster. Probably should go ahead and toss another side thruster in there. And that's going to then match the downwards thrust on that side. So we've got two downwards thrusters, two upwards thrusters, a left, right, and let me actually repaint that really quick. And then I need to go ahead and get a forwards thruster over here. H2O2 generator is going to be adjacent to the thruster. So let's go ahead and just toss on a pair of conveyors. And then that is going to be Pipeworks B. Does it matter? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Pipeworks B. And then I can swap to my battered armor. There we go. And then grab our clean black. Turn our lights on so we can see a little bit better. There we go. And then over here we have passage frame. And since, we're giving this a revamp, we will also give it a new coat of paint. Oh. Need to change the way that I have the passage block. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Alright, so that is that side basically revamped. We need a... There we go. Alright, so the back is done on that side. Now let's go ahead. Give this a fresh lick of paint. Alright, and then we want to go ahead and copy that side on over. So we are going to start out, I believe this is going to be light armor, yep, okay. And I... whatever. I will figure out what's going on with my colors in a little bit. Alright, so that is kind of the back of the ship, more or less repaired. Now I need to come on up here. I think that if I just go ahead and I carry this forward, note that this is all heavy armor. So there we go. And then I need finish pushing that back, and on the bottom as well. Oh, I also need to grab my railings. As, you know, clearly a vital part of this design is these railings. Then we get to here. I think that if I go ahead... Oh, I'm out of steel plate. go. I think that if I go ahead and do this, will give me the general shape that I'm looking for. Also, put that in. There we go. Alright, so we've got a nice little shape going on. Again, this is just copying a vanilla design and repairing the ship. Not doing anything particularly special here yet. But I do like the look of it. Just cool looking ship. So let's see how much of this we can bring through. The war torn, because, you know, doing more than just slapping a fresh coat of paint on this bad boy, right? There we go. This is light armor. Okay. There we go. Copy that on over. Oh. Alright. So, how far do I want to take this? So, if I'm going to go ahead and use this as an anti-factorum combat ship, what do I need to do to change it? Well, I think the first thing that I want to do, actually, now that I'm thinking about it some more, is I'm going to go ahead and replace these turrets.
Inventory full.
And instead of doing
Inventory full.
2 Gatlings and 2 assaults, let's go ahead and do 4. Do I do 4 assaults or 4 artillery turrets? So the artillery turrets are going to be better against the bigger factorum ships and have longer range, but that will mean that I don't have anything there to shoot down like the factorum missiles. And that is going to be one of the weaknesses of this ship, is those missiles. I could remove that gravity generator to get a spot for another turret. I could also come here and basically bust out through this to get like a you know what? Heck with it. This is now an artillery vehicle, and we are just maxing out the arty.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright, so 4 artillery turrets, and they are in a nice super firing position. So if I'm facing towards the enemy, I should be able to just have everything shoot. Seems like a good place to start. Let's go ahead and finish putting in this really quick.
Inventory full.
There we go. We have our little finnies back. Okay, so should I keep that where it is? See, this is heavy armor here. Let me put that back in place then. And then light armor, light armor. Alright. So I still have the beacon. Go ahead and put another little... You know what, let's do that. If I don't have it on the plan yet. Let's look at the truss blocks. And I'll just copy those settings on over later. And now let's come on down to the bridge window slope. There we go. Add that, and then over here we want put our round armor slopes back on, so that way we can get this thing airtight again. Should I look at doing anything to get more forward-facing guns? Let's swing around to the inside really quick. So eliminate
Inventory
this.
full.
Alright, so there's a light armor block that I'm going to need to put there. I'm going to want to go ahead and replace these cargo terminals with something so that way I can have conveyor access going forwards. And for that, I think the answer is actually going to be to go ahead and get rid of this lower section.
Inventory
Because as nice as it is for this ship to be able to have this little living area down here, it doesn't really make sense for the way that I'm rebuilding the ship.
Inventory full.
Whereas if I come on over here,
Inventory full.
I can go ahead actually hang on.
Inventory full.
I replace
Inventory
these
full. Inventory full.
and instead come in. I can then tee this off.
Inventory full.
I don't need the
Inventory
timer
full.
block.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
And that gets me conveyor access forwards, so that way I have full conveyor access up here. Let me just go ahead. Now let's slap a light armor block there. Is there any reason to keep these as cargo terminals? Not really, but there's also not really any reason to change it. So this is going to give me... the 3 cargo containers, just fill them up with artillery turret shells, and I'm probably good to go. Then I can look at moving the batteries around. Would it make sense to do that? So I've got an event control on that side, defensive AI block over there.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I don't really care that I am wasting,
Inventory
technically, materials, because I have so much that it's not even funny. There we go. And let's also go ahead and toss this one in on this side. It's going to give me 2 batteries total. There is a hydrogen engine back here. Do I care not to do anything about that? Not really. There's also a broadcast controller. I definitely don't need that, but at the same time, I don't have anything else worth putting there. So anything worth shoving in this beyond just armor blocks? For the purposes of this ship, I don't think so. Ooh, that's what I could do. I could replace the broadcast controller back here with a projector.
full.
Nope. There we go. Projector down. I've got a little bit of access up here. This will go ahead and seal. Let's just check that really quick. Yep, so this can be made airtight. However, once I get past, well, I don't have any airlock of any sort. So that could potentially be an issue. I do not like this narrow passage for getting up and down because I find myself constantly getting stuck.
Inventory
so let's
Inventory
go ahead
full. Inventory full. Inventory
and
full.
change that out for graded stairs there. Still gives me access to the cargo. And then this space up here, let's look at reinforcing that a little bit.
Full. Inventory full.
Okay.
Inventory
I could
full.
go ahead and still keep some windows in here. That would also let me go ahead and replace that if I wanted to. Oh, dang it. Nope, I can't do that.
Inventory full.
But I could
Inventory full.
just do 2 of them. And I am airtight because that. And then come up here.
Energy low.
Alright. And now I can disconnect. And event controller. Select actions. Alright. I now need to go ahead and do a bunch of fiddling, which I will do that off camera. So be right back. Alright, so the artillery corvette is now fully set and ready to go. We have 8,000 kilometers to jump before we can get to the next factorum destination. That's what I needed to do. I need to put that off and on. And then what else was gonna do? Oh yeah. I come over here. I was gonna go ahead and print off a rock. So let's quickly go ahead and do that. Oh, wrong button. Wrong direction. I need to go out in here. Whee. Alright, and then let me come on over here and build and repair. Let's just turn that off really quick because that's going to be more annoying than trying to figure things out here. Alright, so I have a projector and a merge block here. So let me go ahead and disconnect. Whee. And now come into my projector. And I had been doing a little bit of experimenting with something, but we will just go ahead and ignore those experiments for a little bit. And then let's come on in here into printer projector, keep projection. Alright, so let us pitch is doing that. Yaw is rolling that down, perfect. And then there we go. And now I can line that up. Whee! So much fun. Perfect. I need to push that back by 1 and raise it up by 2. Okay? There we go. And then I can turn the merge block on. Come on over here, press the button. Whee! And let me put my drills down to make sure that I can fit through. And then carefully fly on through. Oh yeah. I love having more rows on that welder wall. The game doesn't love it quite as much as I do, but I love it. Carefully without smashing into the walls. And then I want to bring this on over to one of the one of the landing pads that is not next to the razor. Yeah, forgot I can hop on out, come into this one, since it is still set up from landing on, what's it called? Landing on my Land Rover. Alright. And now let's come back on over to this. What did I have here? These were action relay commands, I believe. Bolt cannons. First thrust. Okay. Let me come on off. And then check out my rock cargo hidden special needs to be changed to hidden stock because we are swapping on over from Izzy's to Goat. And now I can just copy and paste. And I want 0 autocannon, but I want 66 assault cannons and 30 Gatling ammo. And then me go into my turrets. Fiddle with that for a quick sec. And now I should be good. And the rock is docked. Perfect. Alright, so now I have 2 things that I can use to take on the factorum. I don't have the drone swarm that I want, and I'm also not confident in either of these things' ability to actually take them on. But, hey. Gotta start somewhere, right? Now, let's go ahead and line on up and get ready to start jumping. Don't worry, I have a trackball, so I'm not dragging my mouse across my mat 50 times a second. Alright, and lined up, ready, set, go. Alrighty. And we're closer. And now it's going to be a bit before the jump drives recharge. So I am going to go ahead and bring you back once we are a little bit closer to the factorum. Alright, here we are, about just short of 20 kilometers away from the factorum. Also, the cult has shown up, because of course they have. So I think I'm going to move up to about 10k away. And then I'm going to go ahead, since I didn't see this moving, I'm going to make the assumption that it's not one of the ships. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take the rock out first. But I will go ahead and get the artillery corvette ready, just in case. Pulp is going away from me, so I'm all good there. Let's shift on over this way a little bit, and then grab this and see if we can see anything that is I believe that's one of the asteroid stations. But we appear to be missing the asteroid part. Fun. Alright. I will slow down at about 12 and... yeah, let's start slowing down now. Alright. So, this is about where I'm going to park the Thanatos. I will make a parking... oh wait, that's what else I need to do. To prep for taking out main hangar air vents set to depressurize. There we go. So that should be all that I need to do on that side. And now I... wait. I need to do it from here. I mean, I set up buttons inside the hangar to do it from there, but, you know, I gotta press it from here once. Whee! Alright. Now let's go grab that rock. Okay, depressurizing, good. Just want to confirm something. Yes, it's still pressurized. Perfect. And if I look up there, that is still working on depressurizing, but it is depressurizing. Good. And while it's doing that, notice how this is still pressurized. Yay! I did it! Just in case though, let's close that. Alright, and now I'm gonna come on out here. And time to rock out. Alright. Actually, before I do anything else, yes, I have ammo. Perfect. Whee. Whee. Zoom. Wait. One very, very important thing, just in case. Parking spot. There we go. Now I'm ready. Alright. There's an asteroid. Okay, it has rendered. That's good. assault cannons. And it's been a while since I've loaded the rock, so let's check. So I've got 2 big thrusters down, 1 up, 3 back, 10 small thrusters front, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13 side to side. Okay. So I should have plenty of power. Factorum outpost. I'm pretty sure that I have come across this before, but not 100%. Warhead? I have a feeling that the asteroid is not rendering properly still. Because either that's a warhead. Okay, yeah. SPRT beacon. Ah. Well, maybe I'll just pop on out and take a look on foot. A door there. It's broken. And let me also go ahead. Show them what a pro I am. Ah, yes. I'm familiar with this one. There should be an assault cannon turret. I think, yep, right there. Huh? Oh! Was not expecting that. There we go. Much better. Forgot that I had those little droid guys on. Ow. There we go. Took a bit of armor damage and lost a thruster. No big deal. And now, I'm going to come on over here. Despawns and a little bit. Ah. Do. Mostly just worried about whether or not there's going to be more foot dudes. And let's claim the grid, just that way stuff doesn't despawn. And there we go. Oh god, there was a turret there. Alright. Then there we go. We don't want that anymore. Ooh, a Prototech thruster. Yes. Okay. And two small grid Prototech gyros looks like. Oh, let's get rid of this. And this warhead. Ah, let me out, let me out. Okay. Alright. Tons of loot. Ooh, a steak dinner. Alright, so I think that might be all the defenses here. However, there might still be some more foot dudes. Little robots. Not entirely sure. Little kitcheny area for, I guess, your workers. Yeah. Alright, so I think that is the entire facility. Now I need to claim it. And I also need to go ahead and claim the little gyros. There we go. So, if I go ahead and stick a helm on here somewhere. I don't have the pieces for it. Of course not. Alright. Let's do this. Fly on back to the Thanatos. And then bring it back on over here. Alright, so, so far I've had 2 factorum encounters. One with the blunderbuss in, just after I got off Mars. And I still have 2 Prototech gyros from that. And then this one is giving me... Oh, and I also have the small grid Prototech jump drive. This one is giving me a Prototech thruster and 2 small grid Prototech gyros. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to use the small grid Prototech gyros for. I might just go ahead and build some sort of like hinged contraption somewhere on my ship, so that way I can store them, because I honestly have no clue what I'm doing with those. My problem with the Prototech gyros that are small grid is that they're 2x2x2. So basically they are 8 times the size of a normal gyro, and I also don't want to risk them on a combat ship. So what would I put them on? I mean, I guess I could go ahead and modify my little jump drive ship to have a Prototech gyro instead, but honestly, I'm not seeing a strong reason to do that. Slow down, slow down. There we go. Alright. So I do have my projector on this thing. So let's go ahead and quickly run through the welder wall. And then go capture, or finish capturing oof, 44% hydrogen. So the rock worked, but is a little short-ranged. So, not that I actually needed much other than a rocket launcher to deal with that particular encounter. Alright. And you know what? Let's park the rock out here. So that way it's easier to get in and out when I want it. So close. There we go. Alright. And then let's turn off the welder wall. And I will close the hangar up. And Yep, the air vents are glitching out. One of the fun downsides of having the massive hangar is that the game isn't always that fond of the pressurization for it. So it will break the pressurization for the whole ship. That's generally what I'm going to be doing is I'm either going to have that area pressurized or I'm going to have that area depressurized, but not swap back and forth between the two. At the same time, though, I do have to throw out the fact that the Thanatos is about 200,000 PCU. So, yeah, if I didn't want to break the game, I'm probably doing this wrong. Alright. Incon is not going to come close enough to matter. And time to start slowing down. I am well above the asteroid. Good. I think that my carrier might be bigger than the asteroid. That is... on the one hand amusing, but on the other hand kind of awkward. Alright, and then I want to rotate. Rotate. There we go. I know I'm half a kilometer away, but I have to be careful still because the front of my ship is probably 200 meters away from me. Um, um, my shadow is blotting out the entire asteroid, and I'm not sure if I am disturbed or amused. Alright, and then I need to rotate because I basically want to face the front of the Thanatos towards the front of the base. Okay, I need to go down some more. Just keep turning, just keep turning. Alright. Almost there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my ship is bigger than that asteroid. Oh boy. Alright. Time to see how well I lined that up. I actually... Not this way. I need to... come out all the way down. Yeah. Then come all the way over here. Continue, technically, I guess, venting every space out. And now, dun 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 dun, it opens. Yay! Donk. We did it! Alright. Oh, I lined that up perfectly. It's just a little far away because I'm a little on the large side. Alright. What was I actually doing here? I was going to go ahead and start by coming over here. Finding an interior plate. Ow!
Your health is critical.
I did not mean to do that. Anyways. Yep, I have build and repair off still. Okay. And now I want to build the helm. If I come on over here. Okay. It did not give me what I needed. There we go. Now grabbing what I need to build the helm. Alright. So that did not like that. Is it? Oh, this is a functional block. What is preventing me from the easy capture? Oops. Don't fall. Console block.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright. And I am outside of build and repair range. And I just realized that I got rid of the timers before it opened the doors. Whoops. Oh boy. Battery, reactor. Let us come racing in here. And as much as I want to line up for taking in that Prototech, I first need to bring this over the base so that way everything is in build and repair range. There we go. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Alright. Alright, I am in build and repair range, so I can basically take things down. And let me check. So what do I need to take over? Timer block, timer block, timer block. Bed? Maybe? Maybe it's the beds that are preventing me from taking this over?
Health critical.
You don't say. Nope, not the beds. Not the armories. Entertainment. Kitchen.
Inventory
Clearly it was
full.
a sound block. Clearly, right?
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
We've got some
Inventory full.
uranium in there. Alright. That'll be mine soon enough. That's all the industrial assembler.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
There we go, that is mine now.
Inventory full.
That's mine. Let's see.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Take that over.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Broadcast controller.
Inventory full.
Okay.
Inventory full. 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 Inventory full.
Alright, so I don't know what is making it so that way I cannot take over the space. See here. So anything showing up, that would make sense. Maybe I need to grind the...
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright, what is still... there's a small cargo container, access denied. Some air vents that are access denied.
Inventory full.
Might as well just get rid of all that.
Inventory full. Health critical.
You don't say. Where is... It's preventing me from taking over this grid.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I can't capture the grid, but I am going to go ahead and finish doing all of this on my own time. If you watched all my fumbling all the way to the end, thank you very much. And I will work on getting all of this taken care of and get the thrusters somewhere aboard the Thanatos for the before the next episode. So we will pick off with the next episode by going ahead and doing something, and that something will involve what's it called? Something more interesting than watching me fiddle with things that aren't working. Let me go ahead and... No, not that one. Let me do tools, grinder, and control panel. There we go. So let's just use this really quick to come in and claim the that grid. I guess that helps if I grab the materials for it. That's why I came over here in the first place. And I also painted the turret, but whatever. And claimed that one. Perfect. Alrighty, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.